For centuries there was not such conflict. In the 19th century, the land of Palestine was inhabited by a multicultural population. In the late 18th, a group in Europe decided to colonize this land, known as Zionists. They represented an extremist minority of the Jewish population. Finally, in 1947, the United Nations decided to intervene. The UN recommended giving away 55% of Palestine to Jewish state. Since the establishment of the State of Israel, Zionism has come to include the movement for the development of the State of Israel and the protection of the Jewish nation. Disagreements in philosophy has led to rifts in the Zionist movement. Of the years and numbers of separate forms have emerged. In 1867, Israel conquered still more land. Following the Six-Day War, Israel occupied the final 22% of Palestine that had eluded in 1948.
The Intifadas. But what is an Intifada? The term Intifada is referred to a legitimate uprising against oppression. What is their objective? They wanted to fight the occupation of the Palestinian territories occupied by Israel. The basic aim remains the destruction of Israel, and they wanted the Palestinian independence. What is the main characteristic of the Intifadas? The mass support from Palestinians across towns and villages, as well as across social divisions. The Israeli security barrier and other tight border controls have eliminated the arms smuggling that powered the first and second intifadas. There are a lot of consequences, but one of them is that there were a lot of innocent people who were killed by bombs, like some other weapons like guns and stones. This shifted the focal point of the Palestinian national struggle from the outside to the inside, and the families were destroyed by unnecessary deaths of relatives.
Okay, next topic, Six-Day War. This was a brief war that took place on June 5 to 10 in 1977. Here we have like a timeline where you can find the main events of day after day. The first day, Israel destroyed most of the Egyptian Air Force. The second day, the fighting continues on all fronts. The third day, Jerusalem was taken and the blockade of Straits of Tyre broken. The fourth, Israel consolidated hold on the West Bank. The fifth, Israel and Syria in heavy fighting on the wall. And the sixth day, Israel gained control to the Golan Heights. Then we continue with the Arabia-Israel War. This war was on 1968. The war of attrition was limited. War fought between Egypt and Israel from 1967 to 1960. It was hinted by Egyptian to damage Israel's moral and economy after the victory in the Six-Day War. So as you can see, this is like continuous event after the Six-Day War. It's like continuously event. Then we have another war. That was the Yom Kippur War. This war was on October 6th in 1979. Egypt and Syria attacked Israel on the Jewish holiday of Yom Kippur. Israel again successfully defends itself with no change in borders. Middle Eastern countries agreed to stop sending oil to Western countries like United States. This war have another important fact because US supplies Israel with weapons and Russia supplies Arab countries with weapons. So the tension between USA and Russia grow and starts, and that's it. Here we have a map so you can imagine the places where the war took place.
States involved. In the first stage, we have Palestine and Israel. But in the other hand, helping Israel, we have the United States of America, and helping Palestine, we have Russia, Egypt, and Syria. And of course, all the supporting states involved have economic and military interests in these zones. Individuals involved: Benjamin Netanyahu, who was Israel's prime minister, and Yasser Arafat, who was Palestinian president. For many years, he fought against Israel, but in 1988, he changed his mind and accepted Resolution 242, which was proclaimed by the United Nations, and he received a Nobel Prize. But in Israel, Netanyahu made a speech in which he declared that the Holocaust fault was from Palestinians and never wanted to really achieve an agreement with Palestine of peace.
The Palestine Liberation Organization was ruled by Yasser Arafat, and he was against Israel, and he tried to stop them or even control them. Israel Armed Forces. This is a really powerful army because they count with Navy, Air Force, and professional soldiers. Also, we have the terrorist groups, as it was Hezbollah and Hamas. Both terrorist groups are extremists with political parties in Middle East that spread their ideas and justify their actions in their beliefs.
Current situation between Israel, Palestinians, USA, and surrounding Arab neighbors. Tension and hostilities began to increase between Israeli and Palestinians since the collapse of a peace negotiator in 2014. There have always been violent incidents between them because of the demand of this territory by its impact on global economy stability and security because of the oil demands and needs. Another reason why this country is divided is because Jews, Arabs, and many other religions are in there. And since the collapse of the Ottoman Empire, the territory has been claimed between Jews and Arabs because of the beliefs of their religions. The Arab neighbors are being affected by all these conflicts, causing poverty, unemployment, and difficulty to get food, water, and lack of material and medical facilities.